matchup there. All right, next slate of games, it is going to be in the Stanley Cup playoffs, NHL. And I'm talking about Toronto taking on Boston. Game 7, all knotted up at 3 games apiece. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Beantown. Boston's minus 140, totals 5.5. 59% of the consensus is leaning toward the Bruins. 66% of the consensus is leaning toward the under. Right now, the Maple Leafs are plus 120 on the money line. Boston plus 200 on the puck line. We have Freddie Anderson in net for Toronto. Tuukka Rask projected in net for Boston. Boston has been very, very good at home this year. They went 30, 11, and 3 at home. Their offense is averaging 3.34 goals per contest on their home ice. They rank 8th in home shots and 4th in home goals allowed. A couple more things about the Bruins. They are 633 as the official Vegas favorite. They're also 659 as the official home favorite. And one more thing to add, they're winning 63% of their games when Tuukka Rask makes the start. Now, Toronto on the other side, they've kind of struggled with Boston this year. Toronto was a very, very fun team to watch, by the way, and I'm actually referring to them as if they already lost, but Toronto really struggled against Boston, winners of just 4 out of 10 taking on Boston this year. They've also won just 13 out of 28 taking on teams giving up 2.6 to 2.9 goals per contest. Now, the Maple Leafs rank 18th in goals allowed and 27th in shots allowed. Now, total-wise, Toronto is 67% to the over at the current total. I like Boston minus 140 and the over 5.5 in that game there. And I was asked to give a shout-out to Canada. Well, there's my shout-out to Canada, although I am fading one of your prestigious organizations there, so I apologize about that. And I forget who asked to give a shout-out to Canada, but anyway, Canada, here's your shout-out. What's going on? To the great north. All right, next and final game for our NHL Stanley Cup playoff slate. It is going to be Golden Knights taking on the Sharks, 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in San Jose. Now, the Sharks open the betting as the $1.20 favorite with the total at 6. We are seeing pretty significant movement in this one. 10-cent fade of the Sharks when it comes to the money line. And we're seeing movement downward on the total as well. We're looking at minus 110 and 5.5. So once again, San Jose open 120, down to minus 110. Total open 6, down to 5.5. 61% are leaning towards San Jose. 58% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Golden Knights are minus 110 on the money line. Pretty much a flip, pretty much a pick-em contest. Even money matchup if you're picking the sides. San Jose is plus 245, laying the goal and a half. So if you think they'll get an empty netter, San Jose plus 245 on the puck line. Now we have Fleury in net for the Golden Knights, Jones in net for the Sharks. Once again, this series is all knotted up at 3 games apiece. Game 7 tonight. San Jose is 4-2 straight up in their last 6 at home. They're also 2-0 straight up in this very series after being down 3 games to 1. San Jose ranks 2nd in scoring in the NHL. They're averaging 3.5 goals per contest. They're also 2nd in home shots allowed at 27. Now, the Golden Knights on the other side, they are 18th in road goals allowed. We're looking at 3.23 goals per contest in that category there. They've also failed to cover in 5 out of their last 7 on the road. And, of course, in hockey, when I refer to covering or the spread or ATS, I'm actually referring to the puck line. So, once again, Vegas failing to cover in 5 out of their last 7 puck line plays on the road. And they dropped 6 out of their last 7 straight up. Now, total-wise, Vegas is 5-2 to the over in their last 7. 7-3 to the over, taking on San Jose this season. Meanwhile, the Sharks, 62% to the over at home, 69% to the over at the current total. I like the Sharks, minus 110 and the over 5.5 in that matchup there. All right, next and final slate for the show. It is going to be in Major League Baseball. Now, we have a very large slate. I tried to keep the skipping of the games down to a minimum.